Alright guys, welcome. I promise that I'm going to be sharing my experience with those of us that have not written UIPATH associate exam. I did mine day before yesterday and I passed. And prior to that exam, I actually prepared very well. And I just hope that my knowledge will help somebody who is willing to pass that certification also. So my approach, right? The approach I used was that I studied each topic very well, deeply. Alright, I studied, for instance, when you have orchestrator overview, I studied it. I spent time on it. I spend a lot of energy on it. I look for questions. I look for practice work. I practice. I check scenarios. I put into consideration. So a lot of effort around that topic. So it's not for you to just watch one tutorial on YouTube and then you just jump to go start writing, or you're the type that is looking for dumb. Now I'm not saying dumb is bad, but I'm telling you that you need to be grounded in each topic. Okay, and that's not to scare you. You can do that. Actually, everybody can do that. Okay, so to help you now, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting out some videos that will be explaining in depth. Okay, I will try my best to even answer some of the questions I encountered during the exam, and then I'm going to bring up some scenarios that I think will be of help to you as well. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing all about split function. Alright, split function, all about split function. I'm going to do some example and explanation that will make you to completely grasp the split function in UiPath. Okay, so let's proceed. Alright, so this is my main workflow file, and I have dropped assign activity with input string having my first name and my last name, and then the input string, of course, is a variable, okay, of type string. So now I want to split this string. Okay, so basically we know what split function does. It splits our string into an array. Take note, into an array. It always split it into an array. So take note of that. Okay, so I will drop an assign activity here, and then I will create a variable. Then I'll call it str underscore result. So I will now split this. Of course, I put my string dot split. Okay, let me expand this. So now the syntax for splitting is you do double quotation and what you want to double quotation and C, like this, then followed by what you intend to split it by. What I mean is your criteria for splitting. Okay, now you look at this first name and last name. My first name and last name has a space. Okay, so I would like to split this based on that space. So I'll click my space bar to create a space, and then that's all. Okay, that's my syntax. Okay, so now remember I told you that it splits a split function does a split string into array. So now look at what's happening here. This will actually be in array, but my variable is of course string. So you see that string and array will not fly. Okay, will not actually work together. So do you now agree that it splits the stuff or the string into an array? You now understand that, right? So now to resolve this conflict, I will just simply change the variable type to what? To array of string, and that should settle it. Okay, that should settle it. So I save my workflow. Okay, so having done this, now I want to go further to show the output. Of course, this is an array already, and another thing you will learn from this is this is no longer string. This is no longer string. Okay, I will leave the variable like that. But another question came and said, okay, if we edit a variable, if we edit variable from here, what will happen to the variable that is used in the activity already? Let's see what will happen. Let's say I call it array result. Did you see it has changed? So hold this at the back of your mind. This is another question that I got. Okay, so likewise, argument. If you edit argument, it will automatically change from all the activity that it has been used. Okay, take note, right? So now I will use a message box, and then in my message box, I want to display the result of the array. Remember, we have established that this is an array. So how do we now pick, let's say, the first name? If I want to pick the first name, of course, now this is an array that contains two data. Okay, it will contain Emmanuel and this Ewachi, and there will be what? There will be of index 0 and 1. Okay, so if I want the first name, this is all I will do. Pick the first name, which is of index 0, and then I will do to string. Okay, so this should give me the first name. Okay, I'll copy paste, and then I want to also have what? The last name. Of course, it will be from index 1. Okay, so if I do this and run my file, now do you see that? I got Emmanuel. If I click OK, I should get the last name also. Why is it blank? Wow, let's check it. Um, okay. Now let me do something. Let me do trim. Okay. See. Let's do it like this. Oh, okay. Sorry, there's double space. There's double space, that's why. So the double space is causing the issue. So I don't even need stream trim. Okay, so with this I should be fine. Now ensure you do not put double space here. Okay, don't do the spacing 2 times. I run it again. And click OK. Then we have this. Okay, that's clear, right? All right. So you've gotten the basic understanding how that we will have this. Okay, so let me show us the question I got. I got a question that requires URL to be splitted. So I'm going to do that also. Okay, so I've just copied this link. Copy this link. I will replace it here. So ensure again you don't have double space. Initially I had too much space. I had a double space, which you always see what I was getting. So I paste this here. Okay, so now the question was given that this string, a URL, is to be splitted with slash. Okay, so looking at it from here, if you understand the syntax, if we split it based on slash, all right, if we split it, but what they gave us not a double slash here. Okay, it's like this actually. Okay, so if it's splitted based on slash, you know we're going to have this array of this from here. We're going to have array of this also, from here to here also, and then lastly we have here also. Okay, so this is now my string. Now that I'm taking the index of 0, what am I expecting to get to see? I will expect this. Then 1, the index of 1 will be from this place. All right. Yeah. So let me run my code, my workflow. Oh, sorry. We have to, of course, change our code. Change it here. Want to split it based on slash, so I remove the space and then put my slash here. Okay, so auto hide. So this should work fine, hopefully. I'll run that again. So you see, do you understand this now? You see? So I believe I've built a standard for you. Now study enough string method split. Okay, study enough split, and then make sure you'll be able to kill any question that comes your way. You'll be able to kill any question that comes your way. And lastly, let me give us another question that can be challenging. Okay, give us another question that can be challenging. It's not actually challenging, but when you see it at first sight, you might be scared. So it's something like this: cat 2. So this is a string, right? This is a string. So now the question will come like, split this string such that you are able to retrieve 2, or maybe how can we retrieve this 2 from this string? By splitting method. So try that yourself and see if you can do that. Okay, but if you cannot, I'll help you. I'll help us to achieve that. This is why I'm doing this video. Okay, so first of all, I'll remove all this message box. And remember, I'm still working with my variables, right? But I will just edit this, so let's look at it. We have cats, and then we have cats round bracket 2. So first I'm going to split this, with this one of the curve brackets. Okay, so when I split that, I'm going to have cat. I'm just using this, forgive me, I'm using this to just explain. I'm going to have this array of this and this is what I will be left with when I split it based on this my split parameter. Okay, just one of the curve brackets. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 items. This is the items I'm going to have. Do you understand that? So once I have these 2 items, what will I do next? I'm going to still split this one. So it means, remember, the idea is to retrieve 2. Okay, so I'm still going to split this again. And what should I split it based on? So now just think now. We have 2, we have this half round bracket. So I'm going to split it based on the half round bracket. So which will give me what? It will give me 2 and what? It will give me 2 and an empty space, or it will give me of course, if I split this again, okay, let me show you. If I split this, this should give me what? This should give me 2 array of 2 and empty. Okay, and just empty, just blank. Okay, blank, because I'm splitting it here. It will part them like this. For split it here, to part 2, and it will give me blank, because there's nothing after the half round bracket. I hope you understand this. I'm putting enough energy to make sure we all understand this. Okay, so now having explained this, now use your pen and paper, okay, to follow what I'm doing. I haven't understood that it splits those things into array, but you must understand, you must have a knowledge of array. Okay, if you don't have the knowledge of array, make sure you comment, and then I'll see how to help you. And also make sure you like and subscribe, so that if I'm posting new videos, you will see them automatically. Okay, so now that I have splitted this, now remember, for me to get this, I have to return them, so that I will use it and show you. For me to get this part, what do? I'm going to of course pick it using the index 1. So it means I have this now. Do you understand? This is index 0, this is index 1. So all I've done here is that I've retrieved this. Okay? I have this. So now splitting this again. Okay? I'm going to split it based on this half curly bracket remaining. So what do? I'm going to call another split. Okay, I'm going to call another split. What am I splitting based on? I'm splitting based on this remaining. Alright, and when I haven't done that, I told us we're going to have 2 and blank. Alright, so I want to get the 2. I want to get 2, which will be index of what? 0. If I want to get the blank, index of what? 1. But I want to get what? Index of 0. So I'll simply do this. This is complex, right? But this is what I want to achieve for us. Okay, so that any question in split, you'll be able to answer any question in split. Okay, any question at all in split function. So this will give me 2. Hopefully this should give me 2. Okay, this should give me 2. So I have of course I will now need to change this. This is not an array now, this is a string now, and our variable is still array. So that's what the error is showing. Okay, that's why the error is showing. So to fix that, we'll simply go and change the array. Now for the purpose of you, while practicing, you can create another workflow so that you don't mess around with what you have, so you can always refer back to it. Okay, and make sure you use your pen and paper as well. So I'll go back to the variable and then change, first of all, edit to str mini string. Okay, you see that it has changed, and then we'll change the variable type also to string. Okay, so why is it still flagging? Okay, let's use a message box instead. Paste this here. I don't know what I don't need the string. The assign mean to say. Oh, okay, forgive me, I've not put C here. Okay, do you understand? So there must be C when you after this you put C, after this you put C. So this is fine. So if I run this, you will definitely see C. C will show. Okay, C will show. Wow, do you get this? Do you get this? Yeah. So now, if you study all this, put your mind to it, you will settle split function. Split function will be settled in UiPath. Okay, so I'm going to be taking all those functions one by one. By God's grace, I'm going to be taking them one by one. So make sure you it took, of course you can see how it took me time to put all this together, but I just want to help you guys to pass just as I passed the certification exam. Alright, so have a wonderful study.